All right, so now what I want you to see, you already saw the page preview, and so just to cement that fundamental concept, what I want you to see now is I've brought up another, and you might be able to guess where I'm going with this, but I've brought up another uh, web page, and this could be a Word document, could be anything, but this web page has some bullets in it and so forth, and it's about the Suzuki violin method. So I'm going to start selecting some text right here, including these bullets, and some, maybe down to this paragraph. I'm going to go back to my web page. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here and I'm going to click this radio button to add section 2. So by default, just to keep things uncluttered, this component that our team built doesn't display all the sections. All the sections are always there, just like everything else. It's all there, it's just not showing it. This is just to make it easier to get to the bottom of the page. If you don't have text in more than one section, or you don't have text in all the sections, you just show the sections. But once a section has something in it, it's always going to display. Even if you were to push the radio buttons and hide them temporarily, when you publish the page, if a section has something in it, it's going to show up. And also, as you'll see later, sometimes we have occasion to not use higher number or sections higher on the page, like not use section 1, just start with section 2. We can't hide section 1. It's going to show even though it has nothing in it when you're in the edit mode. But we do have this metadata down here. We'll talk about this in a little bit, and that's why it's it's important to be able to get down to the bottom of this page to modify this stuff. Right now, we're just showing section 2, and what I'm going to do is again I'm going to click here to add some body text. Hello. Need to reload this page or something? Another user has made changes to this page while you were editing it. Trevor! Guard my changes. Then you didn't see all that. Okay. What's that? Oh, my table's still in there. You? This is where the save and keep editing comes into play. Right? So, sorry, basically starting over here, we're going to open up section 2. And that just displays that second section, and you see it has a header associated with it, a section for the header. I'm going to go back over here, so we're on the Suzuki violin page on the Wikipedia site. I'm going to right-click on this, take note of all the formatting that's there, the larger font, and so forth, the bulleted list. Go back over here, I'm going to click in this section, and I'm going to just simply right-click and say paste. I could also go up here to this paste button, and just click that, and it would do the same thing. And so what you see is, again, it cleans it up as much as possible to look like the site. There are a lot of links in here, which I may or may not want. There's a bulleted list that it preserved. It preserved the paragraph spacing, but for example, this large font, it put it in the closest thing, one of the markup styles. I can go there and say I don't want it to have that markup style. I want it to be a default paragraph. But it didn't keep that large font that Wikipedia has because that's not part of the style of this site. So I'm just going to tell it I want that to be a default paragraph. You notice that those things, by the way, have boxes around them. I did get some extra paragraphing in here. If you'd like to move over here, if it's better, you're welcome. And of course, you'll be able to review this, so that's a good thing. Okay, yeah, there was a box around it. Notice here there's some interesting things, going on where I'm not sure why that has an extra space after it, but in most cases what it did is it just preserved those paragraphs. And again, a good way to make sure the paragraphs are the way you want them to be is to back them out and then hit return again. If you bring the paragraphs together, if you're ever unsure, you can bring the paragraphs together and hit enter, you're going to get the right spacing. But generally speaking, it's done a really good job of bringing this text into the style of the site. As Eric said, for example, we might not want, this is going to be a link to edit a Wikipedia article. We're not going to want this here at all, typically, but I'm going to go here and go to Format and just say Remove Link. Now that's not a link. And then, of course, I could just take this text out. And I'm going to end up with a nice, neatly formatted section of text taken from the article. Now, what I want you to see, one of the things I wanted you to see is, again, remember, we're going to go here just to make sure we don't get into problems. I'm going to say Save and Keep Editing. Then I'm going to go to My Page Preview button and watch this space. Nothing there. This is that space, right? It appears as one paragraph or one article. You can't see those sections. That's important because this is what makes it so easy and powerful to edit content in OmniPage. There's a lot of things you can do because things only appear when they're used. So, for example, just a simple one. Remember, we're going to close that preview tab. I'm going to come down here and say section, what did I put up here? Section 1 header. So I'm going to say section 2 header, or heading, I'd probably call it. And now, again, just go back to my page and preview. And what you'll see is not only does it, add that text, but it adds the appropriate spacing for that text. So that now, we scroll down, we have a nice break here and appropriate, a little bit more spacing before the header, a little bit smaller spacing after the header. The header's in that separate font, so it becomes very easy to lay out text on a page. Close this guy up. All right, now, just check my list here. Okay, what if I did not want all of this stuff though? What if I just wanted the text? So real quick, I'm going to grab, actually, let's just leave this. I'm going to temporarily turn on section 3, just going to use it for demo. We're still talking about pasting text. Now here in section 3, I'm going to click, but instead of pasting this way, I'm going to come up to this paste button and note that right now we're using Internet Explorer. Internet Explorer, of course, being Microsoft's product, integrates most closely with SharePoint. But we support editing in Internet Explorer and Firefox. There are a few things that you just cannot do in Firefox, and there are a few things that you have to add some special software to do, or at least one thing you have to do, and that's this. So there's a button here called Paste Plain Text. This Paste Plain Text button will strip out all of that special formatting and just, it'll treat it as if you copied the text to Notepad or some plain text editor program and then copied it from there into the document. So if you have a problem document that you want to format yourself, this is a great way to get it in. In IE, it will just work. In Firefox, you have to add something called the Allow Clipboard Helper. And that gives Firefox access, and your IT support person can get that component and add it to Firefox for you. You can edit in other programs, specifically, or generally speaking, we're talking about Safari and Chrome, but Chrome will not allow that to be done at all. It won't allow access for security reasons. They believe it's not safe to allow access to the clipboard. So this function will not work. So, but I'm just going to say paste plain text, and you see what happened. it stripped out everything. There's no special header there. There's no links. There's no bulleted list. And I can now go in and format this whatever way I want. It's a quick and easy way to get rid of all the formatting. Right now, I don't want this at all. So I'm going to delete it. If I cleaned it out right, when I click up here, click the add body text should reappear. And I can go up here just for get clean and turn that rehide section 3 for now. Okay, so that covers basically everything, except that there is one other function to know about, just a little help function that can also help clear things up. If you have something in here that's, let me just go back here again, see how this works. I'm going to turn in section 3 one more time. I'm going to go back here, I'm going to paste, so I should still have this on my clipboard. Oh, I don't. I don't like the way it does that. I'm going to go here, grab this again, copy it again, go over here, paste it into the box. Oh, this is that thing where now it won't not paste it clear. You guys know about that? If I resave this, it'll work.
Is that an IE thing? Because we always start.
I don't know. But let me just do this. Let me do a page. Save and keep editing. I think that will clear it up. Turn that section 3 on. I just want to show you this one other function, and I want some highly formatted text to show it on. There. Yeah. So to clear that paste plain text, you have to re-save the page. There is this function called clear formatting, and it's sort of an in-between paste plain text and just paste. I can highlight text that I want to apply this to, and then I can just say clear format. And it will get rid of some things that are undesirable, but not remove things that are specifically allowed on the page. So it got rid of that special formatting for that text, but it didn't get rid of the links. It's something to know about because sometimes you can have something that's coming in from someplace else. You just want to get rid of it. Just highlight it and hit that clear format button, and it should remove code that you can't see, but that is making it behave in a way you don't want it to behave. All right, so now I'm going to do what I said I was going to do, and I've covered all of that. Take this out. Back here, confirm that I'm good. Up here to page. Save and keep editing. All right, that concludes text entry.